looks for Musab. It's over Musab. Little break to Nasser Al-Dossari. Itakura can clear. Finish. Al-Malki. So influential, so important. Musab. Dossari has got to
control away the pieces that you gave. Betray in a way. Often I'm stuck on my plate. How did you do this? We've been through this for a while. Once secure, now it's just gone. Hold me not, keep me back my mind. My thoughts that you're taking, stop me through. Latch myself out of your space, far away until the distance passes its line. It's a new journey. My heart has had enough of pain. Once a fool, now I'm away. Hold me not, keep me back my mind. My thoughts that you're taking, stop me to care. Could the night help me shut you out? You gave me a lesson not to go and die, 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 not to go.
Between the two and has put that one onto the roof of the net. When arguably a player of his quality, Itakura, and he's carried on his run forward. Kubo looks out to Ito. Itakura wants it, beautiful ball, and just tipped away from Nakamura. Flag is up for offside anyway. Alcázar wasn't to know, it's a terrific save. That's onside.
Control away the pieces that you gave. Betray in a way. Often I'm stuck on my back. How could you do this? We've been through this for a while.
With seconds remaining.
Secure, now it's just gone. Hold me not, keep me back my mind. My thoughts that you're taking, stop me to care. Could the night help me shut you out? She gave me a lesson not to go and die, but I already died.
Heads over to shake hands with the victorious coach.
myself out of your space, far away, until the distance passes. It's like it's a new journey. My heart has said enough of pain. Once full, now I'm away. Hold me not, give me back my mind. My thoughts that you're taking stop me to care. Could the night help me shut you out? You gave me a lesson not to go and dive, 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 not to go and dive. But I already died.
rising. Take a look at it racing. Can you see it shining bright? The light is warm you up right to your skin. Can you stop complaining? You don't need to cry. You are not the only one who faced the life with your scream.
It doesn't matter when you lost a car day, you will find a way to make it your way. Even if the skies get dark and gray, you won't get in that way. It doesn't matter when they're talking all day, they ain't even better than a soul stay. We can fight together, don't give up and make it someday. Wake up, no more tears drop on the floor, get rid of sorrow. We'll go round the world and greet tomorrow. Wake up, no more tears drop on the floor, get rid of sorrow. We'll go round the world and greet tomorrow.
We can climb the mountains, break the walls up blocking. We can clear the we want. Can't stop complaining. No, you don't need to cry. You are not the only one who faced the life with your scream.
It doesn't matter when you lost a car day, you will find a way to make it your way. Even if the skies get dark and gray, you won't get in our way. It doesn't matter when they're talking all day, they ain't even better than a soul stay. We can fight together, don't give up and make it time to wake up. No more tears drop on the floor, get rid of sorrow. We'll go round the world and greet tomorrow. Wake up, no more tears drop on the floor, get rid of sorrow. We'll go round the world and greet tomorrow.
Life is about dreaming. Living without a dream is a mistake. It is not easy to reach a star far from the eye, but reality keeps us away from our expectations. Success is a choice. Everyone has equal opportunity. The problem is, what is your choice? Go ask yourself.
Round the world and greet tomorrow.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to second day of our event, International Conference on Psychology and Multidisciplinary Behavioral Studies. I am Shifa Rahimatul Wadda, and I will be your MC for today's session. It's a pleasure to be here with you, so let's make the most of this time together. And I hope you enjoy today's event with us. We are glad to see so many of you here today. So before we begin, let's start our session with a moment of prayer according to our respective faith. For our Muslim participants, the opening prayer will be led by Miss Ran. To Miss Ran, the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين حمدا يوافي نعمه ويكافئ مزيدا. يا ربنا لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك الكريم وعظيم سلطانك. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك وتكرم على سيدنا المرسلين الخاتم النبيين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا ولوالدينا وارحمهما كما ربيانا صغيرا ولجدنا ولأجدادنا ولأستاذنا ولإخواننا وجميع المسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات. اللهم اختم علينا يا الله بحسن الخاتمة ولا تختم علينا يا الله بسوء الخاتمة. اللهم اجعل آخر كلامنا عند انتهاء آجالنا من الدنيا قول لا إله إلا الله. اللهم سهل أمورنا وبلغ مقاصدنا يا الله يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا يا الله يا رب العالمين. اللهم طهر قلوبنا يا الله يا رب العالمين. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين يا مجيب السائلين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you, Miss Ran, for leading us in prayer. Now, without further ado, let's move on to our first session today. Before we begin this session, it's my pleasure to introduce our first moderator by reading moderator's curriculum vitae. Her name is Dwi Iramadani, Master of Psychology and Psychologist. Her education background are Bachelor degree Psychology, graduate from Indonesian Education University, Magister of Profession of Psychology, graduate from Gajah Mada University, currently working as educational psychology and also lecturer at Malikussaleh University, Psychological Service Unit, psychologist at Alodok, and she used to be headmaster of homeschooling for special needs children at Kak Seto Bintaro, Indonesia. Now, I would like to invite our moderator to take over and guide us in this session. To Madam Dwi Iramadani, Master of Psychology and Psychologist, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Siva. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, everyone. I would like to start by expressing my gratitude to Allah for blessing us with the opportunity to gather here today for this conference. Honorable Rector of Malikussaleh University, Professor Dr. Engineer Herman Vita, Bachelor of Engineering, Master of Engineering, Professional Engineer, ASEAN Charter for Professional Engineer. Honorable Dean of Medicine Faculty, Dr. Muhammad Sayuti, Specialist in Surgery, Subspecialist in Digestive Surgery Consultant, Honorable Head of Psychology Department, Mr. Riza Musni, Bachelor of Nursing, Master of Health. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues and honored guests, welcome to the sixth session of MICOPSY, the International Conference on Psychology and Multidisciplinary Behavioral Studies in 2024. My name is Dwi Iramadani, and I will be your moderator for this session. Our agenda is packed with exciting keynote speeches and interactive panel discussion designed to inspire curiosity and promote collaboration. I encourage you all to participate by asking questions, sharing your insight, and networking with others. And if you have a question, you can raise your hands and type your question in the chat box. And I will be sure to read them out during the session. Now, without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce our sixth keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Muhammad Nasri bin Abdul Rahman. Hello, Professor Nasri.
Assalamualaikum. Hello.
Hello, how are you today, Prof?
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, thank you for coming to this first for this virtual conference, Professor. We are feeling content and exciting to hear your presentations. Professor Nazri will be discussing promoting happy schooling, building resilience in education during a time of crisis. Prof, let me read your profile.
Please.
Professor Dr. Muhammad Nasri bin Abdul Rahman holds a doctoral degree in Education Department at Malaya University UM in Malaysia, a Master of Education at Education Management Department, an Education Diploma at Educational Department, Bachelor degree of Economic at Economics Industry in University Kebangsaan Malaysia. His current position and experience are Professor Nasri holds the title as an Deputy Dean of Student Affairs Faculty Education, University Malaya. Started service as a teacher at Saint Mary Sandakan before serving as pensyara cemerlang at the Teacher Education Institute Ken Campus Sabah and Teacher Education Institute Tuanku Bainun Campus Penang. In November 2015, he started working at the Faculty Education, University Malaya. He holds a PhD in Curriculum Design and Development from the University of Malaya. He is specialist in homeschooling, home-based learning, Aboriginal culture, student research, and fields. Well, now let's process to presentation. Prof. Nasri, you have 30 minutes to present your topic. The time is yours.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. If someone will share my slide or I share myself.
Yeah, I can clear your voice. I can hear you clearly. Oh, share it.
Can you
You
hear?
can share. Oh, you can share.
Okay. I share my slide. Hold on. Can you see my slide or how? Because I can see
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, we can see your slide, but we can put you full screen, sir.
Hold on, I try.
Prof. Nasri.
Okay, view slideshow. Do you see?
Absolutely.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam Malaysia Madani. Rector, Deans, and all delegate the first Malikussaleh International Conference on Psychology and Multidisciplinary Behavior Studies in 2024. Today, I will discuss crucial intersection in education, how we can promote happy schooling. happy schooling and build resilience in education during times of crisis. Ladies and gentlemen, as we navigate the complexity of the modern education landscape nowadays, we see that we need to consider a few element, that is very important, especially in this digital learning process. Okay, how we can explore this strategy to make sure that every kids in school happy. So happy inside of well-being, their psychologies and etc. So today I will discuss about this topic. Then we will explore a few strategies and what we call it, a few strategies and benefit of it when we promote happy schooling based on Malaysian experience. Sorry, I try to get where is so can hold on. I try to move my slide. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about this modern academic education is undergoing into the significant transformation globally. Is driven by evolving societal need and advance in research. In Malaysia, there are a growing recognition the importance of creating learning environment that's not only focused on academic but also need to prioritize in the well-being and happiness of the student. This is where the concept of happy schooling come in, emphasizing the supportive, engaging, and enjoyable education experiences. Well, we are integrating the concept of digital technology and digital technology and happy schooling. We try to prepare all our students to facing 21st century challenging. So this is our focus, how we integrate these two elements, happy schooling and build resilience. Ladies and gentlemen, Malaysian education system, we towards into the digitalizing education. Most notable with the launch of Digital Educational Learning Initiative Malaysia, we call it DELIMA in 2020. This initiative aimed to align our digital tools into the learning environment. Delima has been a game changer, providing teachers, students with access to essential application like Google Classroom, Microsoft 365, Apple Learning or Apple Education, facilitating a more connecting for the future-ready education system. What happened when we explore all our students to the digital? We already know that when we talk about the digital, we cannot avoid this happen. This also means by the time of crisis. It's not about the pandemic. The pandemic boom for the digital, but when everybody go into digital, now we're having a crisis with a social unrest. This is what happened nowadays in our education system. We have a bully. We have a suicide among the school children. We have a battle with burnout, homework workload. We have all these nowadays become a very strangers in education. This is what we call it. It's not refer when we talk about the time of crisis. It's not only refer to the natural disaster or we not like flood or dolphins. It's not all refer to economic instability, but the most important thing nowadays is about the social unrest. Okay, it will occur, then it will become stress among students and teachers alike. Today we try to explore how happy schooling can mitigate this effect by building resilience and ensuring that continuity in education and well-being of our students. Ladies and gentlemen, why important of resilient in education. Resilient in education means the ability of school, teachers, and students to adapt to and to recover from the crisis. Resilient education system ensure learning continue even during disruption. During the pandemic, let's say just now we're having a COVID-19 pandemic, Malaysians show resilience by rapidly transition into the digital learning platform. Just now, I already say about the Google Classroom. Then we have a Delima platform. Now it still continue. In the Lima platform, we have 12 application AI that student can use fully AI, including Chat GPT. But the question is how we can control it. Is it make it resilient among our student or burn out among our student? So is it will disrupt the psychology well-being? So during this presentation, I try to look on how we promoting happy schooling. Is it necessary for us to look on happy schooling concept? Now we look on how happy schooling can offer solution during the crisis. It promote a safety, emotional supportive environment that allowed students to strike whatever they want to do. They have a few key that we need to look on. First, what we need to do is positive relationship. Okay, we try to promote the positive relationship between students and teachers. Second, we try to engaging and relevant curriculum. Nowadays in Malaysia, we have a burden curriculum. We have overloaded curriculum that year one, year two need to learn. So we try to revise it back to look on how we can make it happy schooling for our kids. And that the last one is opportunity for play and exploration. We need our students go to school with happy, they can play with their friends, they can do the physical exercise or physical activities with their friend in school. Because we know that most of our students nowadays, they're more engaging on technology, digital, smartphone. So physical activity quite less. Okay, or quite less. So this is what we try to promote about it. Then when we talk about this happy schooling global perspective on it, shows that happy school is the concept that gained international attention. As an educator and policymaker recognize the importance of student well-being alongside with the academic achievement. Around the world, several countries have adopted a unique approach to ensure that school are environment where the student not only learn but thrive emotionally and socially. This is very important when we talk about emotionally and socially. The global perspective on happy schooling offer valuable lesson for Malaysia. By adapting these elements for this model, Malaysia can create an education system that not only drive academic success, but holistic approach, especially on emotional and social well-being of students. This is we promote happy schooling with a new concept that we call Sekolah Sejahtera. In Malaysian context, okay, when we base on Malaysian context, educational landscape is now evolving the midst of demand, especially on the rapidly changing world. We towards into the new blueprint that's we towards to the transformation of education that we enforce on the quality standard of education in Malaysia. That's include a few criteria assessment. First, about the school environment, student engagement, and well-being. These all reflect to the commitment to prosper happiness and school in school. Okay, this is what sometimes I say that whether we can integrate or not, but based on our experience, actually, we already integrated technology, digital technology across all secondary school in Malaysia. Based on our survey, okay, based on our survey with 200, 115,000 teachers in Malaysia, this is the finding that I can share with you. Digital technology have been at the top across Malaysian secondary school, with 92% school are fully implementing Frog virtual learning environment and Dilemma. Students spend on average at least 3.5 hours daily on digital learning platform, especially Dilemma, because in Dilemma they have a digital textbook. They can refer, they can read, and everything. Additionally, 68% of teachers are using Google Classroom for collaboration project. Then digital transformation extends beyond classroom. Within 73% of the parents certified with the digital communication from school. That's indicate that a broader acceptance of the technology in Malaysia across the community, school community. So when this happened, we looked at everything dealing with digital. We have less communication, physical communication, especially when we're dealing with the teachers, parents, and students. So what happened with this occur? So based on Malaysian experience, we propose a new concept to promoting happy schooling with the name of Sekolahku Sejahtera. It's promote resilience in student. Uh, Based on Sekolahku Sejahtera, we have a few sub-program like Sekolah Selamat, Sekolah Bersih, then etc. This is emphasized on we're focusing on holistic development, especially emotional and social learning throughout the curriculum. So based on this Malaysian experience, we try to build resilience among students. First, we focus on emotional well-being. We try to provide mental health support and fostering positive emotional experience in children, students or children's. Second, we try to promote collaborative learning, which emphasize peer interactive among students and teamwork. We hope that all our students can work collaboratively and they can work as a teamwork, because it's different with our experience previously. During my time in school, when teacher asked group work, what we do, we will stay together in group. We will draw and discuss, and we were facing each others. But nowadays, okay, but nowadays, sorry. Okay, nowadays, what happened? When I ask my student to do group work, what they do, they open up their notebook or their tablet, and they doing whether they use a Stormboard, whether they use do Google Doc, they just communicate through tablet or through screen. They don't talk each other. Well, as they are sit together, but they doing individually, but they just comment or just discuss through Google Doc. So this is what happened when what we call it, no face-to-face interaction. We afraid that it will be psychological well-being, or what we call it, burnout among students. Then sometimes the student will feel stress, emotional, or maybe the friend don't know that their friend get angry because everything everything she proposed or she suggests on this screen, his friend or her friend just delete it, never agreed, but no face-to-face interaction. This is what happens. So we need to promote, especially we need to uh, cater regarding the emotional well-being, okay, among students. I think it's quite popular in Indonesia when we talk. Our new generation is strawberry generation. It look very nice outside, but inside we don't know. So this is what happens. So we need to promote again Happy schooling. What is happy schooling? In Malaysia, we adopting happy schooling or Sekolahku Sejahtera initiative has shown that recommendable promises enhancing student well-being and mental health. School that have implement program focus on mindfulness and emotional support have reported significantly improve in the student happiness and engagement. For instance, mindfulness program have lead to 22% reduction in instinct, reportedly anxiety level among students. We see that that's demonstrate a positive impact of the incorporating well-being into the school curriculum. As example, one of the school or project school shows that 81% of the students express feeling they are valuable and supported by teachers and peer. So it shows that they are feel happy and connected each others. So these results highlight how fostering a supportive and joyful. This is important when supportive and joyful school atmosphere can directly contribute for the better emotional and mental health among our students. So when we initiate this program, it's not just improving their well-being, it also indirectly correlation with the academic success. It shows that when the student feel secure, when the student feel appreciated, then they are engaged with the learning, they are more likely to excel in their studies. So this is shown by the research that have been done in a few pilot school in Malaysia. When we integrated this technology and happy schooling principle, it shows that it's improve the academic achievement among students. Schools that have embraced project-based learning alongside digital tools have reported a 20% increase in their critical thinking skill, happiness, and engaging among students. The use of digital platform like Google Classroom, interactive in tools shows that students can discuss and enhancing their problem solving skill. So it is based on our research finding. When we talk about strategies for teachers, teachers play a very critical role when promoting happy schooling. By fostering this positive environment, we need to make sure that teachers have a very good soft skill, communication skill, how to practice empathy, understanding, and compassion in their classroom. But most of our teachers nowadays, sometimes because of overload, overload timetable, overload time frame, might be workload, our workload, everything. Sometimes when we enter the classroom, we just say, okay, today what we learned, we just give the lesson plan, everything. Then we forgot the most important thing to understand our student. We forgot to say, how are you today? You look best or whatever. But our students know how you're feeling. As a teachers, when the student look at you, they know, oh, how is your feeling today? Is it you good or not? So this is, we need to make sure that teachers need to foster a positive environment in the classroom, especially. Second, second, is need to make sure that teachers can incorporating digital tool is also crucial. Teachers needs to have a very good competency using technology, especially know how to use technology. Some of our students nowadays, they are very clever. they can make it presentation within 3 seconds using Gamma AI or Pop AI. So as a teacher, we need to know that. Then when the student use AI, don't scold them, but just give them a time. Then ask them a lot of questions to make sure that our student understand what they are present, what they are standing, rather than you scold them, you just say something that might be what we call it, will make the student feel upset with you. So this is teacher strategies need to make sure that they have a very good skill. And the most important thing is build emotional resilience. When we talk about these, teachers can help students. Teachers, as a teachers, we need to have a very good skill how to help students to build emotionally resilience, especially throughout mindfulness and stress management. We need to make sure that we embedded how to embed and management activity into our curriculum. Teachers, we need to understand that we only have one subject to teach in one day, but our students, our kids in the classroom, they learn 3 to 4 subjects in one day. So they have a lot overload homework. For sure, they have a lot what we call it a lot of time to be focused on. So as a teacher, we need to understand if we are tired, our student also tired. So how to make them happy? So we need to create a very good environment, a positive environment to make sure that, oh, this is a very conducive classroom that teachers and students have a very good relationship. So come on, we need to build up emotional resilience, especially among our students. When we talk about the integration of these three elements, happy schooling, digital technology, and resilience. When we want to integrate these, we need to understand that how we can utilize these three to make sure that our student happy and they can achieve excellent in academic achievement. So what we can do in our experience in school, secondary school in Malaysia, it shows that if we have a very good or effectively utilize digital tool like Google Classroom, interactive whiteboard, or smart phone or smart whiteboard, it shows that these school student can engage and personalize learning. Then they can give a what we call it, they can utilize 100% experience learning, whatever they learn. So is at the end of it, it will goes to emphasize the importance of happy schooling. So it's based on our finding, it shows in to our pilot school, it shows that while we are embedded integrated these three elements, it shows that it give a positive impact. It give a positive impact to holistic approach education, especially it boosts student well-being and motivation. So it is important to teachers as a teachers to understand that when you are happy, everything you look easy. Okay, if you think unhappy, everything what you do you will feel very hard to do. But when we talk about it, it's have a challenge. You have a challenge. While we try to integrate the of digital technology, happy schooling principle, and build resilience in Malaysian school, we know it have a many benefit, but it is important to acknowledge and address a few things, a few challenges that remain. One of it that shows that we need ongoing professional development, especially for the teachers. Teachers needs, okay, teachers need first, what teachers say that 30% of the teachers express a need for more professional development in using digital tool effectively. Not all teachers know or good in technology, especially digital tools, especially who are 40, who are 50 and above, the age of 50 and above, they are not so good in digital tools. So they are struggling to incorporate with this all the resources, what what we call it, they are very struggle to use technology. Even though this Zoom, when you ask me to do, oh, please, I can't hear you, so I I lost. Where is I can't find the button, everything. So this is what happened for the age, my age, and not your age, actually, not your age. Okay, then what we need to look on also, 25% of the students from lower income family reported feeling disadvantages. When we talk about this, some of them can't afford digital tools. So we need to look on how how we can help this group to make sure that they can still together, work together, and happy to using a technology. So this is the challenge when we talk about this. So by addressing this challenge, okay, by addressing this challenge, it's need to concentrate on the effort to provide teachers. Okay, to provide, the most important thing is to provide teachers educate training, especially a very good training, have to training in digital tools. Second, training how to build resilient, okay, how to control emotional, because sometimes we are very emotional rather than the student. For sure, if I talk to most of the teachers, students know better, I think. If your teacher go into the classroom and just call you for 30 minutes, for sure you know that teachers don't prepare the lesson for that day. She just try to find out excuses. Okay, they try to find out what is excuses because I don't prepare the lesson for today. So I just find any mistake, then I will. I'm not too sure. In Malaysia, we call belete. School and were mumbling everything and find out then at until the end of the class. That means the school, the bell rang, then okay, finish. Then tomorrow I don't want to enter your class. So please, 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 teachers needs a training how to control their emotional, especially because they are human. They also need a well-being. So psychological well-being support need also for the teachers. So support from school, it is important also to make sure that school always support to promoting resilient practices. Okay, it is to ensure that all the equitable access, okay, access to the digital resource for all students can be. Okay, that's mean all the student can all the student can access all the resources of the technology. So this is what challenge in our situation nowadays. Then when we talk as a conclusion, it's a very simple, maybe we can do a more on discussion. In conclusion, we look on Malaysian, we promote on happy schooling. Okay, we're facing a few things, especially on transforming our education system from a normal, okay, or the traditional form into the digitalization education in Malaysian. We see that a few elements need to be enforced. The most important thing first is about the digital tools technology. Second, regarding the happy schooling. And the most important thing is resilient, because most of our students now open to a very crucial situation, cyberbully, burnout, and what we call it mental health because of the technology or digital situation. By focusing on this area, we can create a better learning environment that's not only enhance academic outcome, but also can prepare students to meet the challenge of the modern world. Nowadays, we have a lot of challenge in open world. So this is very important to us to make sure that we're going back to fulfill our concept of happy schooling. This holistic approach will ensure that our students, our student academic, not only academically successful, but they are also happy, well-rounded individual. They are ready for the future, or what we call it. They are ready to contribute positively, especially for the society and country. I think that's a very brief, what we call it, my topic under the happy schooling. Because for me, I'm focused on happy schooling because a few days ago, we have a very, what we call it, a very shock news regarding one of our students who are suicide by jumping from school building. So this also make us feel that it's time for us for look against, especially for the students' well-being, how we can come out with the ideas of happy schooling. Thank you, and I open for the Q&A.
Okay. Thank you, Prof. Nazri, for that insightful presentation. We can learn how promoting student well-being. It's because school play a crucial role in assisting students in improving their well-being. If I could share an information, Malaysia have Sekolah Sejahtera, Sekolah Selamat. That was a wonderful and lovely concept. But in Indonesia, we also have Sekolah Ramah Anak concept, Professor.
Okay, sekolah
Okay.
ramah.
Sekolah ramah anak, right?
Okay, sekolah ramah anak. It's
Prof.
very interesting. We call it sekolah sejahtera.
Yeah, Prof. Nazri, we appreciate the time and effort you have put into sharing your expertise with us today. Now, now we transition into our Q&A session. We have 15 minutes for this session. For audience, if you have any question, please type them into chat box or raise your hand, and I will call you to unmute. Let's get started. Who would like to ask the first question? Okay. Okay, okay, okay. There is wow,
A lot of hand,
a
right?
lot of okay. The first participant who will ask the question to Professor Nazri is Every Wistianta Tarigan. Every, please unmute your audio.
Thank you, Professor. Your presentation were absolutely interesting, but I have one question about emotional resilience. So I have a teacher that judged me with some sexualizing word when I was in high school. Instead, building up my emotional resilience. He said that I only dance because I want to show my body to other people, not because I have a talent. As a student, oh, so and it made me to believe in myself and hate that teacher. I want to ask you, as a student, what thing I could do to heal that past trauma caused by that teacher and build a new emotional resilience. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's all one by one will answer or will together will answer. How modern is it?
One by one, Prof. You can
One by one.
answer
Okay.
one by one.
Uh, I think most of our students feel the same. Some of our teachers, they are sincerely, actually, they are not to scold you, to embarrassing you, but they try to educate you, but maybe the approach that you use sometimes is they forgot that it will make a hard feeling of the children or trauma. Okay, so this is what happens. So that's why one of my suggestions or one of the important element in my presentation is before we build up, okay, build up emotional resilient among students, we need to train our teachers how to control their emotional, to make sure that how they know how to control the emotional, they know how to control their words, especially the words, okay? Because nowadays in digital age, in digital era, everything can record it. Whatever teacher do, the words teachers say, it can be recorded by the students and the teachers will have a problem to face it on it. So that's why regarding that, I think the teachers need to make more training, but for the student, okay, for your student, believe in yourself. Whatever they said, look on the positive side. If you said that I'm ugly, no, I'm a very energetic, everything try to what we call it, try to okay, practice yourself. Everything look on positive side. Whatever happen, accept it and say it in positive way. That is what we can do. Train ourselves on that. Whatever you said, okay, you said, oh, I'm not so good presenting. Okay, never mind. That is the best. I'm presenting. I'm proud of it. So keep it, then you will overcome that situation. Don't worry, that trauma, you can overcome it. Okay, and believe the most important thing, if you are Muslim, please apologize on it. Okay, if you can accept it in the what we call it tangan terbuka, everything will what we call it, everything will go smoothly. Okay, so accept it and give apologize to your teachers. Don't worry, is the best will come to you. Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Is it clear every? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Prof. Nasri. Okay, the next one, the other participant who will ask is Nadia Tarisa Ginting. Nadia, please open your mic. Okay. Okay, wait. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Ira, for the opportunity. Good morning, Professor. I want to ask about considering the importance of resilience during crisis. What specific programs or initiative can teacher implement, both through digital tools and emotional support, to effectively foster resilience in students? Could you provide examples of programs that have been particularly successful in building resilience during global crisis in pandemics?
Okay. Uh, it depends. It depends on the situations. Okay. When we talk about to build up the program, especially now we propose most of our nowadays school they implement is for the Sekolahku Sejahtera. they have what we call it, they have a workshop or just a body to kettle a few group. They have if the group have a problem on it, the body will what we call it will assist it. Okay, assist it and say something. In Malaysian, we also have a program Ziarah Chatna. Ziarah Chatna means we visit to the school to the house of the student who have disabilities or who have what we call it kesusahan. Okay, so we visit student house. All the teachers will go and slow, and this is what we call it ziarah chatna. So in that way, we will bring other students. We will bring, unfortunately, other student who are in the same condition to go and see. Okay, to go and see to make sure that student understand. You need to what we call it feel can accept you what happened to you. Okay, uh, bersyukur. It's the word is bersyukur. Accept it. What anything you have, you need to. Oh, Alhamdulillah, I'm good because the other person have a other. So this is the what we call it. This is the objective of the Ziarah Chatna. Ziarah Chatna program. We go every week. We will go to the students, okay, house of student to meet their parent, to see. Then we bring whatever the student, the other student or class member who can go there, and they will feel that, oh, my friend have this, they are very poor, they need to work, help their parents, everything, so other student will understand their friends, so it will build their empathy, emotional, so they are very respect their friend. And the other way, they will they have a very good bonding each others because they know that, okay, my friends have this difficulty, needs to have parent, everything, so we need to support each others. Okay, this is under the concept of sekolahku selamat. So the program under it is Ziarah Chatna. It still continues. Teachers will go with teachers, principal. Sometimes we will go with other students just to go there, help cleaning the house. Sometimes we give donation, everything. So this will make to build their resilience and at the same time to make them bersyukur. Okay, praise for Allah. Whatever happened, they believe on that. Okay. I'm not too sure in Indonesia called what, but in Malaysia, we have that program. Every school around Malaysia is compulsory. It will run under the Sekolah to Ziarah Chatna. Okay, we go to
In Indonesia, we call it home visit.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is compulsory. Before that, for we go for home visit only for the certain students. But this not is compulsory. We go together, and that's good for me. It's good because we know our friend, we know our peer, we know our colleague in our class. Then we feel like more respect each others. It's built resilient among students because they know how to, yeah, to be strong because they look other friends feel more difficult rather than them. Okay. Okay, because some of them don't have parents, okay, parent work, whatever, so they feel blah, blah. Okay, thank you. Hope answer your question. That's example of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Prof. Nasri. And how, Nadia? Is it clear?
Clear, Ibu. Thank you, Professor.
Okay, I'm so sorry for all the participants for who cannot asking the question because our time has been finished. So sorry. There is much participant who wants to asking you, Professor Nazri, but our time is enough for right now. Thank you for enthusiasm for all the all participants. It's good discussion and sharing. Let me summarize your presentation. As we know, the world is facing significant mental health challenges, and it's crucial to enhance resources, especially in school. Furthermore, students need more resilient in this situation, and school play a crucial role in assisting students in improving their well-being. In Malaysia, to promote that issue, they have Sekolah Sejahtera, Sekolah Selamat. This program has been given good impact for their well-being, and it's interesting to know how promoting that issue from your presentation, Prof. Nasri. We can learn about how the happy schooling concept and that you explain, such as make a creation of a supportive, engaging, and enjoyable education experience. But we have to make sure and control how the teacher strategies in the classroom, like fostering a positive environment, incorporating the digital tools, and building emotional resilience. Thank you very much, Prof. Nazri, for joining us and sharing your knowledge at this conference. My university greatly appreciates your contribution, and we hope to see you again soon. And to all our participants, thank you for being such wonderful attendees during this session. And for the next session, I will give to MC. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thanks to our moderator, Madam Dwi Ira Madani, for getting us through this session with such insight. Also thanks to our speaker, Prof. Nazri, for the valuable knowledge and perspective shared today. So everyone, let's give applause for the amazing session. Next, let's move on to another session. Before that, I would like to introduce our moderator for this session by reading moderator's curriculum vitae. Her name is Ciara Andita Anastasia, Master of Psychology and Psychologist. Her education background are Bachelor degree Psychology, graduate from University of Indonesia, Magister of Profession of Psychology, graduate from Gajah Mada University. Currently working as lecturer at Malikussaleh University and also associate psychologist at Asakita and Optimax Potential. Now, I would like to invite our moderator to take over and guide us in this session. To Madam Yara Andita Anastasia, the time is yours.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, is it my sounds clear? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Hello, we can share your sound. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, good day everyone. Okay, today I would like to start by expressing our gratitude to Allah for blessing us to be here today in this conference. All blessings and praises to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and his family. I would also like to thank Honorable Rector of Universitas Malikussaleh, Professor Dr. Engineer Herman Fitra, Bachelor of Engineering, Master of Engineering, Professional Engineering, ASEAN Charter Professional Engineer. Honorable Dean of Faculty of Medicine, Dr. Muhammad Sayuti, Specialist in Surgery, Subspecialist in Digestive Surgery Consultant. Honorable Head of Psychology Department, Mr. Riza Musni, Bachelor of Nursing, Master of Health. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my colleagues and honored guests, welcome to the second session of MICOPSY, the International Conference on Psychology and Multidisciplinary Behavioral Studies in 2024. My name is Yara Andita Anastasia, and I'll be your moderator. Our agenda consists of existing keynote speech and interactive panel discussion designed to inspire curiosity and promote collaboration. I encourage all of you to participate by asking questions, sharing your insights, and interacting with others. And if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand or type it in the chat box, and I'll be sure to read them out during the session. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our second keynote speaker, Dr. Alfian, Scholar of Islamic Law, Master of Arts. He will be discussing about the psychosocial and spiritual of the Acehese people post-conflict and tsunami Aceh. Okay. Okay, I will read here him profile first. Dr. Alfian holds a Doctor of Public Administration degree from Universitas Diponegoro and Master of Arts of Political Science from University Kebangsaan Malaysia. Dr. Alfian is a third vice rector in the field of student and alumni affairs. His research focuses on anthropological study, Sharia institutional, bureaucracy, public administration, radicalism, terrorism, and democracy. Okay. Are you here today, Dr. Alfian?
I'm sorry, Miss Yara.
Okay.
Dr. Alfian has bad connection. Maybe
Okay.
has trouble for enter the panel. I'm sorry to enter this room.
Okay.
Okay, we will wait. We will wait for a moment.
Okay.
I'm sorry to everyone. While we wait Dr. Alfian, let's enjoy the performance. Miss Yara?
Okay,
Yes.
Siva.
Dr. Muhammad Abu Bakar already in this Zoom.
Okay. Thank you, Siva. Hello, doctor. Hello, doctor.
Bunyikan. Oke. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, how are you, Dr. Muhammad?
Feel very good.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, doctor. Okay. To all audience and participants, we are very sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, today for the second session, Dr. Muhammad Abu Bakar will replace Dr. Alfian. Okay, Dr. Muhammad.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, your screen. Sorry, Dr. Muhammad. We
okay.
cannot. Okay, thank you. Okay.
I'm using my handphone. Actually, I'm outside.
Okay, it's okay, Dr. Muhammad. Okay, Dr. Muhammad, we only have 13 minutes left to presentation.
That is not fair.
Okay, sorry?
That is not fair.
Oh, that's not fair. Okay, we are very sorry, Dr. Muhammad. There is a miscommunication. Okay, we will wait for the presentation.
All right.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
Dr.
thank you.
Muhammad. Okay.
Thank you for Mrs. The chairperson of this meeting for the second session. Allow me to what we call this one, to represent Dr. Alfian for being unable to present the paper. And actually the topic is very interesting and it is very, very contextual, particularly when we refer to the case of Aceh, the region that has experienced long conflict and finally ended by the signing of memorandum of understanding in Helsinki between the two adversaries. First of all, I would like to thank the chairperson for allowing me to present this paper. Although the time is very short, I believe that it is not fair. I'm afraid that I'm not going to be very just to this topic because the topic is very interesting. The topics with the title, The Psychological, Social, and Spiritual of the Chinese People, Post-Conflict and Tsunami Aceh. And if we look to the current situation in Aceh, what is interesting to take note is that the people of Aceh, although they have experienced long time of conflict, live under siege, live under uncertainty, live with the feeling of fear, and sometimes they feel that nobody sure that whether they can breathe tomorrow under the siege of the strong control of the military by then. And then they have been tried by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the disaster that called tsunami, which has killed almost 100,000 victims then. And but that is, we can consider as something we call blessing in disguise. With tsunami, the two conflict parties decided to sit and discuss about the future possibilities of peace in the region. And finally, with the mediator from the Helsinki, the late Martia Tisari, who succeeded to make them meet in Helsinki and discuss about the peace process between the GAM and the central government of Indonesia. then to sit down, discuss about what is the best for the Acehnese and also for the Indonesian as a whole. And finally, in August 5th, 2025, 2005, finally they come to agreement and mark as the beginning of the peace agreement between the GAM and Indonesia, which has become the stepping stone as the opening for the new departure for a better Aceh and Indonesia, inshallah. And now we have celebrated, I think, more than 15 years after the agreement between the GM and Indonesia, and that gradually has reintegrated the former so-called freedom fighter or the separatists into the community, and has been welcomed back by the community and by the government by giving them a special assistance in order they can continue their life as ordinary one and accept and forget what has been happening. Of course, the process is not as simple as it is. It takes a very long process and it takes so many precautions, and of course it needs of a comprehensive approach where both sides have decided to maintain peace until now. And we are very thankful to the elites of the former combatant like Panglima Muallim Zakir Manaf and all his members who has ready to cooperate with the central government of Indonesia to work on this peaceful resolution to the conflict of Aceh. After 15 years, the Acehnese has received the benefit from this peace agreement, and we hope that this peace will be perpetuated and the development in Aceh also will be sustainable, and as it is hoped that the solution to the conflict will provide the Acehnese with dignity and honors has been bestowed and has been received by the Acehnese. When they end the conflict, they end it with pride and honor. And we hope this peace has improved the social psychological of the Acehnese after such long living in the threat, living of fears, and now they can live in peace, and now they can live in peace and feel safe, so that they can develop the social psychology in a positive way. And of course, this achievement is not developed by its own, rather it is strongly supported by the spiritual values that the local people has perceived, as conceived since they were still child. And the spiritual aspect in this case, I would like to refer directly to the Islamic teaching that they have been followed ever since they have been since they're small until now. And the spiritual aspect of Islam as the religion that's conceived by the Acehnese as a whole has a very strong implication on the development of social psychology of the Acehnese. And we believe that...
Excuse me. Okay, you only have 5 minutes to go.
Okay, my conclusion is that the central government has to focus on helping the regional government, although whoever going to be the governor after this election, the central government has to always, together with the vision of both either one of the candidates win later on, that is the policy that could strengthen the Islamic psychological social of the people itself. So the policy that introduced to Aceh should support the local wisdom, which is enriched by Islam itself. There should not be any central government policy that could hurt the feeling of the local people, particularly when it is against the values of spiritual values that the Chinese conceived, that is Islam, and for it became the strength of the, what do you call this one? Psychological social of the Chinese. Perhaps only that for this presentation. I hope it could convey some message, and we could discuss further later on, since we have very limited time. Thank you, Ms. Chairperson. Thank you very much, and thank you very much to all colleagues of the speakers today. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. I give back this microphone to the chairperson.
Okay, Dr. Muhammad. Okay. Thank you, Doctor, for your inspirational presentation. Okay, Dr. Muhammad, we have 15 minutes to go to Q&A questions.
All right.
Yes, okay. Before that, I want to sum up. Okay, as we know, in Aceh, we have a tsunami disaster in 2004, and you already said about blessing in disguise, and then about MOU Helsinki. Okay. Okay, now we move to Q&A session. We have 15 minutes for this session. To our audience, if you have any questions, please type them into the chat box or raise your hand, and I will call on you unmute. Okay, let's get started. Who would like to be the first one? Anyone? Anyone who would like to be? Okay. Okay, we already have Zahratul Hubba. Okay, Zahratul Hubba. Okay, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Madam Yara and Dr. Muhammad bin Abu Bakar. Can you hear my voice?
Sure, loud and clear.
Okay, so first of all, thank you for the presentation. I find that your presentation is so interesting. So I have a question from this. So the question is, what are the contributions and roles of the two disciplinary approaches, political science and psychology, in building sustainable peace in Aceh? So that's my question.
All right. Actually, the discussion is on these two disciplines. We try to integrate between the political science and psychology, of course. But because of the time, that's very limited. So I just wrap up the whole thing. So I forgot to discuss about what is the contribution of politics itself and how the psychological discipline has helped the development of social psychology of the Chinese in interpreting and or in explaining how the social psychology of the Chinese, particularly at the present situation. And in terms of the politics and psychology, these two cannot be separated actually, because when we try to understand the psychological of the people, particularly in the case of the Chinese, the people that has been living under through all these calamities, all these disasters, and certainly there is a very unique phenomenon that we can find in the case of the Chinese community. So these psychological, social psychological of the Chinese in the post of conflict and natural disaster, has developed a different kind of political behavior. And there it's come what called the political science can intervene in explaining how the behavior of the Chinese, particularly in terms of political aspect of their life. How whether this social psychology and this political science can be reintegrated until we can explain the behavior of politician in Aceh, and then how the Aceh itself respond to the to psychological, social of the political elite, particularly in Aceh, so that a better Aceh can be shaped in the future, particularly when we have a relevant leadership that politically, psychologically, and socially, they are really ready for future and sustainable development of Aceh. I think that's how the integration between the psychology and political science, when we try to understand the psychological, social, and push, and how the spiritual aspect of the Chinese, particularly when related to the political aspect. I think that's it. I hope it answers your question.
Okay, Huba, any further question maybe?
Yeah. Thank you, Doctor. I find it so good, and I get many insight from that what you say. Thank you very much.
You are
Thank you, Huba. Okay, next we go to second questions. Okay, Gina Alfi Mahiro. Okay.
Yes, Mr. Gina.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Yara. Can hear my voice?
Yes.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, thank you for Ma'am Yara for the opportunity. First of all, thank you for amazing presentation from Dr. Muhammad. Let me introduce myself. I'm Gina from Psychology Department at Malikussaleh University. Want to ask to you, my question is, in rebuilding after a crisis like a climate crisis, what role can local cultural and spiritual practice play in strengthening a community resilience?
All right, could you repeat, please? Make it simple. The question is simple. Can you make the question?
Okay. What a role can local cultural and spiritual practices play in strengthening communities' resilience? At the
Yes, Gina. Could you repeat the question, please?
Hello, Gina. Hello, Gina.
Okay, Ma'am Yara. Wait.
Okay. Could you repeat?
I think the line is start. It's start on our side now.
Okay. My question
Your
is,
questions?
in rebuilding after a crisis like a climate crisis, what role can local cultural and spiritual practice play in strengthening community resilience?
Oh, I see that one. How the local spiritual, cultural aspect that can strengthen the resilience of the people, right?
Okay, right.
It is interesting, actually, particularly when some of the scholars and psychologists, they came to Aceh, particularly during the disasters. Here, when they listen to the complaint, to the story of the people, how their life during the conflict, what come into the researchers' mind by then were the traumatic life that could face the Acehnese. The trauma of the conflict, and also the trauma of the disasters. And they were expecting that the Chinese would be devastated psychologically. There will be many crazy Chinese, of course. There will be many Chinese stresses. But unfortunately, it not happen. Fortunately, it does not happen in Aceh. Despite of those calamities, disasters, and fears from conflict to disasters, because of the spiritual strength that the Chinese have, and it is all owed to Islam itself, because the spirit of the Islam and the what called the conviction that the Chinese have in the concept of takdir, predestined, that everything is happening to them is by God's will. Perhaps these two concepts can be introduced here. First is that the readiness of the Chinese to accept whatever has been predestined, has been decided by God to them, and also the tawakkal, the what we call that one, the whole dependency that the Chinese have on their God. The only thing that can help them is their God. God will help them. I think this is the spiritual, and it has become the local culture and the strength of the Chinese in facing all these traumas, whether the trauma in the post of conflict or the trauma because of the natural disaster like tsunami. And therefore, I would like to stress here is that although some people may not believe that religion play important role in certain individual life, person life, but I would like to say on the based on the experience of the Chinese, who has faced not only the suffering of the conflict, but also post natural disasters like a doom days, of course. Everybody was considering that tsunami was the end of the day, Qiyamah, Armageddon. But the Chinese can survive, and their resilience is stronger now. And therefore, finally, we can say that whatever we do, whatever knowledge that we seek, religion plays a very important role in human life. But it depends on the way how you see the world, of course. For the Chinese, we consider as indigenous worldview, and for the Westerners, they have Western worldviews, which is very different. The way they perceive the world, the way they perceive the way how to live the world is so much different. And the Chinese, luckily, they have been trained and they have been indoctrinated by Islam, and therefore that has become the spiritual strength of the Chinese to face whatever calamities they face, and they still remain that they have a hope that God will never leave them and God will help them. I think that is what contribution they can have regarding the local culture of the Chinese. Thank you. I hope I answered the question.
Okay. How about Gina? Is there clear or any further questions?
Yes, ma'am, very clear. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Muhammad. Dr. Muhammad.
Yes, Chairperson.
Okay. We see. Okay. Now we can see any questions left. Maybe we should have 5 minutes to go. Okay. Anyone?
Yeah.
Okay, the last one maybe Dr. Muhammad Fida Rafalina.
All right. Yes, Sister Fida, any question?
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Let me introduce myself. My name is Vida Rafalina from the Psychological Department at Malikussaleh University. I want to ask doctor, what specific psychological intervention have been most effective in reducing trauma among adolescents affected by the conflict and tsunami in Aceh? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I think that question could be answered by Sister Susanna or Sister Nursan Zunita or Dr. Hafni themselves. This is directly to how the psychological, what we call psychologists approach to the problem of psychological implication of the conflict. But here I try to answer on my field of understanding, particularly on the political issues. Of course, the issue of psychological impact of the conflict and the disaster is prevalent in the Achenese community. But there are more other problems that more indoctrinated the situation, particularly on the poverties, and underdevelopment. I think the issue is that the government, what they have been what they have been doing is that how to treat the problem of poverty itself. So when the people start receiving the loan, receiving the aid, particularly that address the basic need of the people, and that has give them a containment, satisfaction that the government has helped them, has provided them with the assistance that they can continue their life. With all this financial support like PKH, social, what do we call that one? This PKH and then social aid. All these help the people to cope with their life. When they start coping their life, this psychological effect of the conflict and disaster gradually also eliminated. Only few that has seriously affected by the conflict and the disaster that needs special treatment by the psychologists. But that is not the dominant issues within the Achenese community. And therefore...
Sorry, Dr. Muhammad?
Yes.
Okay, 1 minute left.
Okay, 1 minute left. So, although the issue of psychological implication of the conflict and the disaster is there is of course cases where few of the victim really need the psychological what we call that one treatment, but majority of the Chinese, they can cope with the situation. And therefore, we rare to see that the case of stress, the case of what we call insanity among the Chinese community is rare to see in the daily life. Only if we found most of them because of the ganja, because of the sabu, so they are stressed not because of the conflict, not because of the disaster, but because of the abuse of drugs. I hope that could be a new issue. Thank you very much, Sister Yara and Fida. I think that is the end of my answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vida. Thank you. Okay, Dr. Muhammad, thank you very much for joining us and sharing your knowledge at this international conference. We highly
thank you for
appreciate
giving me time to share the ideas.
Okay, okay. And to all participants, thank you for being such wonderful audience during this session. And Dr. Muhammad, please kindly provide a closing statement maybe to sum up your presentation for our participants.
All right. My last statement is that psychology, politics, these two things is empty without the spiritual aspect of discipline. So there is really important to introduce the spiritual aspect in these two disciplines. I think I would like to propose, if possible, is that in Unimal particularly, in Malikussaleh particularly, they begin the research on the Islamization of psychological and political. So they have they have the color that differentiate them with other universities, particularly on that issue. So we are not discussing only the psychological aspect, politics aspect, but it is to see it from the perspective of Islam. This interrelated with the name of Malikussaleh itself. I hope next time we will have the research on psychology and politics that relate to Islam. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Muhammad. Thank you once again for your closing statement. Now I will let our MC to take over the rest of the session. Thank you. Assalamualaikum
Thank you.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Please excuse me. I would like to leave the
Thank
room.
you, Dr. Muhammad.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thanks to our moderator, Madam Yara Kendita Anastasia, for guiding us through the session with such insight. And I will also thanks to our speaker, Dr. Muhammad, for the valuable knowledge and perspectives shared today. So everyone, let's give applause for the amazing session. Okay, attention to everyone. Attention to everyone. Now is the time to join the panel rooms. The panel rooms will shared on your screen by our committee. So please keep focus on your screen. To all presenter today, please make sure to enter the panel rooms that has been shared in WhatsApp group. And to other participants, please join the room that has been invited by our committee. Once more. Okay, sekali lagi.